I ain't gonna need.
Dodgers were winning last time I checked. So.
Oh yeah, it's all good. Uh, I ain't gonna need 5 minutes. First of all, I'd like to thank all y'all for being here. I'd like to thank the members of our board for coming tonight and spending the time, like 3-4 years we've been working on this grant. Thank Mike Williams for $1 million because he didn't spend a lot of time working on this grant as well. I also like to thank y'all for even approving it for us in the first place. As president of an organization, I think it's important that I be heard on the direction of where our organization wants to go. We've been around since 2015. We started this organization based off of a need that we seen in our community, which seeing children fall through the gaps. Not saying that there are not other organizations doing things, but there's not one organization that could solve the problems of our community. We all have to pitch in and do what we can where we see there is a need. So we started doing things like field trips. We just take the kids horseback riding to museums, water parks, trips to the Capitol building. We started a partnership with District 186 where we was doing a mentor program where we was taking the at-risk children from Harvard Park, pairing them with one-on-one with somebody from the community would help them through their day that would pop up on them periodically throughout the day and where they were struggling. Even the principal of that school said he started noticing a change with these children and just being that the person that they were being mentored by was somebody that they not only would see at that school, but when they return to their community, they'll see that person there as well. So we had that going on. We also started what we did Sunday Fun Day, where every Sunday we do a free event in the park for the kids. We have bounce houses, we have free haircuts, free hairdos, free food, free activities. We have vendors come do face painting, blow up stuff, just to do things for the kids. But with this grant, what we seen was the opportunity to expand, where we didn't want to just be around during the summer doing stuff. We want to do more things like we want to do after-school programming and then introduce kids to other things like financial literacy, media, cryptocurrency, politics, other things that we're not able to do in Cox Park throughout the summer. So when we signed up for this grant, we had to present a budget explaining what we would be doing if we got this money. The problem with this grant is where it fell short is they said that the only way we could use the money is if we got the money. What's the point of applying for the grant if we need to? That's the whole reason we applied for the grant, because we needed the money. So how are we going to spend $250,000 that we don't even have? We applied for it. Now, what we were first told that they will be able to possibly give up to $8,000 up front to us. But then after we went back and signed a memorandum of understanding, then they told us that they weren't able to give us nothing. So we went back and forth in the email, and then they said that the only way that we could get it is through city council. So that's why we're here. We come back to city council. But in my opinion, on page 26 of the grant, where you got deliverables and milestones, it says the grantee will be provided a detailed task and list of project deliverables which must be approved by the grantor, which we did. Exhibit D on page 29 says the grant, which was performance measures and standards, the grantor reserves the right to deny any voucher request at its discretion based on a lack of progress toward meeting the completion goals. If there's already these protections in the grant for making sure that we don't misuse the money, where's the additional, what they said the reimbursement is to protect, to make sure that we don't spend money on something that we shouldn't spend money on. If there's already language written in there that does that, why do you need to put more obstacles in the way of us doing the job what we saying we need to help our community? That's all I got to say.
Well, thank you, Karen.